Hi everybody, my name is Shannon Estep. I'm a teaching professor at Northern Kentucky University, and today we're going to look at a really fun tool that is still kind of in its experimental stage, but far enough along to give it a try, and I think you're going to love it. It is a storybook tool that is found inside of Gemini. So what I want everybody to do is go ahead and go to gemini.google.com and get logged in if you aren't already logged in. This works on the free account. I happen to be on the pro account, but this works in the free account as well. So get there and let me get us set up and show you what Storybook is all about. Okay, now as you can see here, again, I'm at Gemini here, and we can go ahead and just take a prompt and put it directly inside of Ask Gemini. I have a prompt here, and I'll put this in the description area underneath this video, but this is just a basic prompt to create a storybook. Now, again, we could put it here. Most of the time, it'll actually pick it up and create the storybook, but I am going to recommend that over on the left here, we see a whole bunch of things underneath gems. And if you don't know what gems are, they're basically self-contained, small, specific chat areas where you're doing a specific task, and you can create your own gems, but this is one that, again, Gemini set up to specifically create storybooks. So I think it's almost a little safer to go ahead and click on Storybook so that they know this is exactly what we want to do. Notice again here, at least at the time of this video, it is still an experiment, but I think it's worth trying out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the prompt back in. I'm going to pause for just a second and fill this in. And again, I'll put this prompt in the discussion, or rather in the description box below, but feel free to make up your own if you want. This is just something I was playing around with. Okay, so here is where my prompt landed. Create a storybook for third grade students. The story is about the importance of recycling. Use the style of realistic for illustrations. Keep the tone fun, playful, educational, and heartwarming. As always with AI, the more information you give it, the more context, the more specifics, the better it's going to fit your needs. It's also worth noting you can actually upload a file. So I've played around with this a little bit with a picture of something and say create the story around this. So it could be a child's piece of artwork, it could be an actual picture of a child, it could be anything really that you want to center this around. It's also worth noting that if you are using this in a school setting and you are using your school account for Gemini, it's under your school workplace license, these files, these images, these conversations are not used for training data. So I always recommend if you are using Gemini, use it under your school account, assuming that your school permits that, of course, follow all the rules with your school. But the Gemini under the school licenses are not, that content is not used for training data. So just a side note there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit this and see what we come up with. Again, feel free to play around with the prompt, add more of your own information, upload content that is more appropriate for what you are using. This is, it is a 10-page storybook, and so it is probably intended best for elementary age students, but I think it could go a long way for those younger kids and creating a story that would resonate with them about a topic that might be important for your class at that time. After this is done being created, you will see that we will be able to share this, and we can actually also make it a read aloud. So I'm going to pause for just a second, let this storybook finish creating, and then show you what we came up with. Okay, so you can see it popped up over here on the right for us, kind of an external piece. I'll mention a note on that in just a second. You can see it's called the Park Protector's Treasure Hunt, and it looks fairly realistic. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading the book. I can click here or I can click up here to turn the pages. Okay, it looks pretty good so far. Illustrations look pretty good. You will occasionally find where the text isn't looking right or the images don't maybe match. It is AI, so of course you need to check everything if it's not right. There isn't a way to edit this, so you do need to have it create a new one. Okay, so I'm going to keep flipping through here. This looks pretty good. Again, double check everything. I'm on page 7 now. You can see there are 10 pages total. Here is my listen. So I'll go ahead and click this just so you can see it.
Finally, only a tiny pile was left. a few chip bags, and a broken plastic
All right,
fork.
you get the idea. So we'll read to the students. This may work for a station that you might want students to go to where they can actually listen to the story. All right, here we go. And we're at the end, and here we are at start over. Okay, so a couple of notes here. One, if you wanted to share this out to folks, if you're used to sharing as a part of Gemini, you know that that's down here at the bottom. Understand that this will share out the conversation, but this share storybook will actually share the storybook itself. So let me show you. It's going to go ahead and create a link. I'm going to do, it did copy the link. I'm going to hit it just to make sure. I'm going to go into a new window here and show you that I can now share this storybook out to anybody I want right there. So you could send it home and as an email out to parents or anything else that you might see that might work well in a classroom setting. So one note on that. Remember, this is not meant to replace books that you have in the classroom by any means, but this does give a little bit of flexibility to what the story is about. Maybe you, again, upload some artwork or something special to a student and make it about that. It just allows you to customize it a bit more, so you can make it unique and specific to a student or to a class that you're working with. So this is Gemini Storybook. It's definitely worth checking out. I will put, again, in the description box, the prompt I used, but you could use really anything. It doesn't take a lot to create these, but be as specific or as general as you'd like to be.